and not have to edit. I'm always asked, I've been asked actually, who's going to replace Huell? Well, the answer is nobody right now. But thanks to Huell's generosity and his foresight, he left his entire body of work to Chapman University for their archives so that they could digitize it and so that generations in the future, yeah, that's worth a round of applause. Chapman is going to digitize it and make it available to people all around the world. So while I think there is nobody who is going to replace Huell right now, I have absolutely no doubt that given the number of imitations of Huell that have been done over the years, as our future generations study Huell and see the goodness and how he could bring the positive stories that are happening in California to the people of the world, I have no doubt that young people are going to pattern themselves after him, and we will have people in the future who will replace him. But nobody can replace him now. Thank you all for coming. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Give Al Jerome a bigger hand for that. That was great insight there. Very special there. When you spoke, I thought about, today I took a call from Jane Lynch. Jane Lynch is in Glee. She's the coach, right? She has a tree in her neighborhood, needs to be trimmed. And I said, I'll take it down, but I gotta get up to the Observatory for Huell Howser. She said, I got to know California through Huell's eyes. And that's the way he was. And what you said, how he educated so many people, Al, how he educated the youth. I hope if there's one thing we do, there should be a high school named the Huell Howser High School, and they should be known not as the Tigers or the Lions or the Bears, but the historians. And they'll all get A in California history and be eligible for varsity football. But Chapman College is such a special place, and I do have a letter from Dean Bob Bassett, who is the Dean at the Dodge College of Film and Media Arts at Chapman University. Huell Howser was a man like no other. He educated, inspired, and entertained millions of TV viewers about the hidden gems that make up California and introduced us all to parts of the state we would never have known otherwise. His enthusiasm for the history of California and for its people were contagious. Huell was truly a genuine man who treated everyone he met with dignity and respect, and the legacy of his works archived at Chapman University will provide information and inspiration for all our students and guests for years to come. Let's hear it for Huell at Chapman College. Someone who's very special, knew Huell, but also is very special in his own right, a pop culture historian. Please welcome the great Charles Phoenix.
Good afternoon, everybody. What a beautiful day it is here today. All of you look so amazing in the golden afternoon sunlight of our glorious Southern California sun. We've got the Hollywood sign over there. We've got Purple Mountain's majesty over there, and the Griffith Observatory behind us. Today is magical, but today is also a sad day in California because we have lost our greatest documentarian and our golden boy. His name was Huell Howser. Don't we love the name Burnley? We never knew. He never said, hi, I'm Huell Howser. What a great middle name. And Huell, a morph between his parents' first names, Harold and Jewel. That would be like if Lucy and Ricky named Little Ricky Little Licky. To those of us who love California history, Huell was and will always be our hero. Actually, more like a Superman. And he could have totally gotten away with wearing a cape and everything. And let's not forget, what a hunk, too. Hello? I know, those arms. Plus we always will love the way he said, that's amazing. Come on. We all wish, though, that we had the chance to tell him how much we loved him and to say thank you, Huell, for sharing the stories and the glories of the greatest state in the country like nobody else ever before or after him. Not only for us today, but for people in the future who haven't even been born yet that will benefit from his work. His work does live on, and so does he. Huell, you enlightened us, you inspired us, and you made all of our California loving spirits soar. Huell, you are amazing.
Charles Phoenix, great job, Charles. Give another hand to Charles Phoenix. Very special. You know, Huell had a lot of friends, and in 1987, it was the 750th birthday of our sister city of Berlin. Huell went with Mayor Bradley to Berlin. Representing our sister city of Berlin, Germany, Dr. Fisher, thank you very much. And Chief of Protocol, now Council General. Huell loved the corner of Melrose and La Brea. You know why? Pigs, all right. Representing Pigs, Beverly and Gloria Pig. Thank you very much. Huell's first story in Griffith Park is about the late, great Charlie Turner, who was the honorary mayor of Griffith Park. And the second great honorary mayor is with us today, Louis Alvarado. Louis, give him a big hand right there. The mother of the best dancer from St. Bernadette's High School is right here. None other than the late great Annette Cordona. Her mother is Mary Cordona, Elysian Valley. Hey, Mary. And Mary was the first draftswoman at the DWP. Good job, Mary. You know, we also have some special memorials here. Our fine Assemblyman Mike Gatto wanted to remember, on behalf of this district, of the work of Huell, and we thank you, Assemblyman Gatto and his staff, for this tribute, which will be sent onwards to Chapman College, where a lot of our tributes will be for the archives. Also, the pride of Roosevelt High, as I like to say, our Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa, who is back in Washington today, issued the following statement. It saddens us to hear the death of my friend Huell Howser, a Los Angeles treasure and icon. Although he was originally from Tennessee, Huell loved California. He helped the mayor and other mayors like Mr. Bradley, Mr. Reardon, and Mr. Hahn do the job of promoting our state, promoting our city. We thank you, Mr. Villaraigosa, for your remarks. And also, one other thing I wanted to say about USC and the town and gown. One day, there's town and gown right there. Let's hear it for USC. I'm going to get to you next. You're on the west side of town. Yeah, that's the east side of town, man. In 2007, a member of the town and gown bumped into Huell at Felipe's while he was enjoying a dish of coleslaw. She asked him to be our honoree. Before he would give me the answer, he had one question: why me? Okay? Her answer was, because he was the ultimate educator. And he said, you got me right there. And they had their most successful benefit, and everyone came and enjoyed that day. This is from Judy Pullman, the past president of Town and Gown. And let's hear it for the Bruins of UCLA. There's nothing like our universities, and Huell connected our universities and our people, and talked to people, and listened to people. And I think the greatest thing he did, and Kenny, give Kenny, our sound man, a big hand right there. Kenny. The thing that Huell always did is he let that microphone out, and he listened. Let people talk and listen. There was nobody like him, as Al Jerome said, and the education in the future certainly will help all of us carry on his legacy. Now, someone who is very important to all of us in saving buildings, and Huell loved buildings, loved infrastructure, loved bridges, loved people, was our Los Angeles Conservancy. And for over 20 years, as their executive director, the great Linda Dishman. For remarks, please welcome Linda Dishman.
There's a lot of hard acts to follow here in terms of getting up and talking about Huell, because Huell inspired everybody to be their best and their amusing, which is how he really engaged people. Before there was Facebook, before there was YouTube, and even before there was Yahoo, there was Huell Howser. He was the first social media. Through his presence on television, Huell caught us all up in his web through his interactions, his sharing, and his exploration of the wide world of Los Angeles and all of California. He even created some of the first internet slang. Did you know that OMG really stands for oh my gosh? I watched 3 shows on Sunday, and they were from different eras, and all 3 of them featured oh my gosh. And there were plenty of OMG moments with Huell. The first time I met Huell was when the Los Angeles Conservancy had invited him to take a new tour that we were doing, going on the Blue Line to Watts Towers, where we were met by students at Markham Middle School, whom we trained to be docents of the site and the neighborhood. OMG, it was quite an experience. Unlike Dr. Krupp, Huell apparently told me that he never read any of the materials that we sent him to help prepare. He wanted to experience the site just as anybody would. Huell didn't really report on places. His way of telling the story was to ask questions, and then he would react to the answers. Yes, he did talk to our docents about Watts Towers, but he also interviewed folks who just happened to walk by. I was very nervous when he interviewed me that day, but it soon became natural and fun, which is exactly what Huell intended. The Conservancy worked with Huell on many, many stories, from the Broadway theaters to St. Vibiana's Cathedral, Bullocks, Wilshire, and the Long Beach Naval Station. Huell knew that historic places aren't about bricks and mortar, they're about the people whose lives they touch and whose stories they tell. I found out early on that Huell had a large and loyal audience who seemed eager to follow him on his journeys. Whenever the Conservancy's morning voicemail was full of messages about a specific historic place, we knew that Huell had run a show the night before. I don't know who gave him the key, maybe it was you, Tom, but Huell had the keys to the city and to our entire state. He opened doors for people with his unique signature style, his voice, especially his accent, his posture, and even the way he held the microphone. That drew us into the story he wanted to tell. And mostly those stories were about places. Places we drive by every day, places we've never heard of, places we never thought we'd want to visit, and certainly places that needed to be saved. In fact, each story about a place was like a brick that helped build support for the historic preservation movement in Los Angeles. One show at a time, one brick at a time. You may not have been a preservationist when you started watching Huell, but you moved closer to being one after his show. His sense of place, his love and joy were infectious and touched us all. Huell awakened a desire to learn more about our city, our region, and our state. He got us to appreciate how places, big and small, contribute to our daily lives and how our sense of and really contribute to our sense of self and community. His stories of place inspired us to tell our own. And for me, that's what historic preservation is all about, and that is what Huell Howser was all about. We can honor Huell by going to the places he visited and making sure that they remain vital. We can take up the mantle to seek out places that make our city so interesting and engaging and share them with our family and friends. And we can keep that spirit of adventure and fascination that was so wonderfully, so amazingly Huell. Thank you.